Hey, if you're watching this, I want to start out by saying that I am so sorry that you've lost someone close to you and that you're in this brutal space where the world seems to just keep moving on like nothing ever happened, while your world has totally stopped in its tracks and it's shattered. A lot of people ask, how do I cope with the death of a loved one? So I want to talk about that today. I want everyone to know that I always speak from a grieving mother's perspective. I know many of you are also grieving mothers or grieving fathers, and some of you may be suffering after the loss of a sibling or a parent, a grandparent, friend, or someone else. It's very important to remember that we all grieve very differently and in our own time. You may find that your path is similar to mine, or it might be very different, and that's totally okay. You are the keeper of your journey, and you are the key to your healing process. In our grief avoidant culture, people often expect you to cry for a few days, take some time off work, and then get back to normal. Well, grief doesn't work that way, and what the hell is normal after someone you love dies anyway? Your new normal is very different from the one that you had before. There's no going back. There's only learning to live forward with a piece of your heart missing. When I describe what this is like for me, I like to say that it's like I'm having to learn how to take care of myself all over again, or like I'm putting my life together one brick at a time. Grief does not mean that you're just sad. Grief is a full body, soul rattling, brain fog inducing experience. You can feel numb one moment or ragey the next, or totally fine one moment, and then one moment you're sobbing in the snack food aisle staring at a box of zebra cakes because that's your son's favorite snack. Yes, I'm speaking from experience. That does not mean you're losing it. That's grief finding its way out. Our culture tries to shame this and says stuff like, you are so strong, or they would want you to be happy. But grief is not weakness. Grief is the proof of your love, and grief is the love that we can no longer give to the person that we lost. About a year and a half ago, I lost my son Daniel to suicide. And then a year after that, my husband and I lost everything we own in a flood. I have been gutted by grief, and I'm still here. I'm still figuring it out, still waking up every day trying to breathe with a shattered heart. I'm not here to tell you how to get over it, because I don't think we do get over it. I think we get through it. And I don't have some 3-step plan to get through grief quickly, but I do have a handful of things that help me cope, so I want to share them with you today. First, name the pain. Say it out loud or write it down, whatever that looks like for you. I miss them. This fucking hurts. I don't know how to do this. It looks different for everyone. I still write letters to Daniel in a journal. I've done this since probably maybe a few weeks after he left us. In this space, I can release some anger and some sadness, and it also helps me connect to him and make sure he's a part of what's going on in my life. All of the good stuff and all of the bad stuff. I like to sometimes pretend that he is just away at Navy boot camp still, and I'm writing letters to him. It helps. Naming your grief does not make it worse. It makes it real, and that's where the healing begins. Second, find your people. Not the ones who say things like "at least," but the ones who say "me too." The ones who let you ugly cry, who know you don't need fixing, that you just need to be seen and heard. I began connecting with other women who lost their children to suicide very early on in my grief, and some of them have become amazing, amazing friends. They're the ones I know I can talk to when the really sticky shit comes up and they're not afraid to walk that path with me because they've been down that path before too. Third, make space for grief. Light a candle, take a walk, blast sad music in your car, and scream if you need to when you're all by yourself. Grief does not follow a schedule, but you can carve out space for it on your terms. I have found that if I make space for my grief, my very needy friend is what I like to call her, then she's a little less likely to sneak up on me when I least expect it. Fourth, create meaning. That might be a tattoo, a journal, a garden, a ritual, painting. Could be something that says they were here and that they mattered. I like to paint when I have some spare time. I'm not great at it, but I love it, and being creative is another outlet for my grief. I also really love helping others, so I channel a lot of my energy into the mental health practice that my husband and I own and this YouTube channel. Fifth, ask for help. When folks offer their help, accept it. Let them cook you a meal, let them mow your lawn, or watch the kids for a bit. Even if help isn't offered, please don't be afraid to ask for it. Lean on your support, and if you don't feel like you have that, seek out support. We are out there. You have the power to heal, even when it feels like you can't even move. Grief messes with your brain, and it's not weak to need therapy or need to take time off. And coping does not mean that everything is okay or that you have reached the end of this terrible journey. It means that you're trying. It means that you're still breathing, still loving, still remembering. That is coping. And if no one told you this today, you're doing a fucking amazing job. If this resonates with you in any way, please subscribe to my channel, The Ashes We Keep, and please remember to share it. This space is not just for the grieving, but also for folks who want to learn how to show up for the grieving. This is a space where grief is honored, not avoided, where we stop pretending that we're fine and start telling the truth. Also, please drop a comment below and tell me about your person. I want to know their name. Thanks.